Hey guys, it's Brendan the Paleo Dude, and I'm here with another Jurassic World unboxing video. I know it's been a while since I've done these. My stock has been piling up. I've got so many reviews to do, and now I finally have a bit of time to do some, so we'll dive right into two of the coolest Jurassic World figures I've picked up this month. The Carcharodontosaurus and Stegosaurus from the Mega Destroyers lineup. I was surprised to see these guys here in Canada, but they finally arrived to Walmart, and right off the bat, one of the cooler aspects about these figures is the boxes. So if you take a look, this one here is the Dino Escape assortment, like all figures that are released nowadays, but this one is not Camp Cretaceous. It is just Jurassic World and features blue on the box and has this kind of orangey outline and red on the back. Now, if you look at the Stegosaurus, it is Camp Cretaceous, and it has Toro and Darius on the front, and Camp Cretaceous branding like the Netflix and whatnot. And you can see the box has green trim. I thought this is pretty cool because this dinosaur here is a herbivore, so it's got some nice herbivorous colors, and then the carnivore has some like hotter colors like the reds and the oranges, so I thought that was pretty neat. Another thing as well is, right off the bat, I'm sure everyone knows this, but the color design of the Carcharodontosaurus was pulled from Jurassic World Evolution. So that's really neat that they not only got that like pretty much bang on, but they put a lot of work into making it look smooth. Like, as you can see, the tail also has the patterns along it. They've got the colors on the back of the tail too. And there's a lot more care put into this figure than most, which is really nice. You can see the teeth inside the jaw here. When it's closed, you can't see them. And I like that little overbite it's got there where the teeth hang over the lower jaw. This dinosaur has a button on the back to do the double chomp feature. It does a little snap and then a little snap. Or you can press it really fast and it just does one big one. And this button is squishy, actually. It's kind of like the dino damage on the albertosaurus here, where when you press on it, it's squishy inside. It kind of reminds me of that. It's not that squishy, but it still has that give to it, which is pretty neat. I actually like the feeling of it better than hard plastic when you push down, because it's got those little bumps, so it doesn't really like hurt your finger that much. It's just like a nice soft game controller button, which is really cool. The kind of quills on the back here are all rubbery, which is nice. There won't be any paint scuffing on that if it rubs on anything. It's cool that Mattel's thinking about that. The eye and the head details are really cool, really nice. It's got some big old scales on the top of the head, very rough looking. And it's got a unique design compared to other theropods in the Mattel lineup. Of course, it also comes with capture gear, which we're going to take a look at out of package, with some really nice padding on it, actually. It's cool that the designers at Mattel came up with that. All these sharp metal edges, they gave these padding so the dinosaur wouldn't get cut or hurt. I think that's pretty cool. Look, there's even ones around the base where you slip it on. And the Stegosaurus, I'm excited to test out this action feature. It looks like the whole body moves sideways. I actually haven't watched any reviews on these figures yet, just because I want to test them out for myself. It's got the tail capture gear, kind of similar to the Lost World figures, and the paint on this figure is phenomenal. I love the two solid colors on the stomach. Kind of reminds me of dried on mud. And the mouth is actually open, which it's not on the rest of the Stegosaur figures, so that's a nice little detail as well. I don't think they painted this beak. They painted it on the first two Stegosaurs, but not on this one or the other Camp Cretaceous one, which is fine. And of course, we've got the plates on the back that you press that activate those action features. So let's get unboxing. We'll start with the Carcharodontosaurus because it's one of the cooler new species to be added. And just like that, oh, it's free. So it's got interesting claws. I don't think, no, none of them are painted, which kind of sucks, but The details on the arms and legs are just like most. They've got that fine detail, and they're kind of rubbery, not the harder plastic the body's made of. I think the legs are though, but then the feet are not. They're the same plastic as the arms, and then the tail is actually kind of the same plastic as the feet and arms, that kind of somewhat bendable plastic. The tail is rotatable to a point. It's good that the paint lines up on the tail. And here's the scan code. Sometimes I forget about the scan code, so if you guys need scan codes, they'll also be featured in upcoming videos, because I basically got the complete lineup for what's released in Canada so far. So there we have it. So let's test out the figure's jaw strength on Darius. Just stand him up there. Oh, okay, it's a little hard to, the jaw doesn't stay open for long, so we're gonna, there we go. There we go, close enough. Yeah, the figure's pretty accurate to what, I guess it's a bit smaller. You can say it's a juvenile. That was one thing I had against this figure. The size is a bit too small. Like, comparing it to a normal sized Rex, it is really tiny. And I think it's smaller than Toro. Now, this dinosaur should have been a Rex-sized assortment. It would have been nice to have it, you know, a similar size to the Rex, but of course we got it in this size, which is fine. We've got dinosaurs like the Stegosaurus in a way too small scale, but in the facts app they just state it's like a juvenile, not fully grown or whatever. So that's pretty neat that Mattel even thinks about that, because I guess they're stuck to certain size constraints when it comes to figures. There's only a select few sizes, not really any in-betweens. It's around the size of Cyats, but you can see the head is a lot slimmer, not as bulky or cartoonish, but I think it's also slightly wider, but it still somewhat contains that nice wide and flat proportions to it, which is really nice. So let's take a look at the capture gear now. I also want to mention that Cyats has painted toes and is a similar color, so kind of sad we didn't get painted nails on this one, though we got it on the Rex. It just would have tied it together quite well. Okay, so, ooh, this one just pops right off. So, okay, we're gonna just stick this on here. I turn my camera over here, there's more light. Okay, so we're gonna stick that on and see. Oh, there we go. And it has this very nice, very flawless mechanism. It just opens it up. There's no give to it, so it doesn't not come off. Just like that, and breaks out. I love that gimmick. I'm very, very glad Mattel's finally jumping on board with the capture gear. It gives more playability to a single dinosaur figure. It definitely expands the playability in terms of like what's happening, because human and vehicle figures are great, but once you add on capture gear, it really adds to a storyline, like getting the dinosaurs off the island, capturing them, etc. There's so many possibilities with it, so that is such a fun feature. And they added quite a lot of detail to the capture gear as well. Let's take a closer look. There's a lot of nice grooves and these little screw holes as well. We got this here. You can probably, this is nice actually, you've got a bar you can probably attach a hook or a chain to, same with this, and so you can like lead the dinosaur as it's walking, or maybe they're just to hold this as it cranes down. I don't know. It's cool because you can like hold the dinosaur in place. Nice that they added these bars. There's so many things you could do with that, so that's pretty cool. So let's put the capture gear on him, or her. Oh, and it even covers the eyes. Okay, so next let's do the Stegosaurus. I think it's just the two holding it in. think there's an arm one, but we can just slip it out of there. Oh wow, it's wiggly as heck. Kind of reminds me of the Sauropelta figure in terms of like that kind of divot in the middle. So, oh shoot. Oh, whoa, okay. So there's two of these plates here control the wiggling of the body and tail. So this one here turns it left, and this one here turns it right. And it's a very smooth, I don't know if I can pick it up, a very smooth wiggle. I don't know how else to explain it. Now that like half the body rotates with it, I'll just wiggle it. See that? It's very fluid, very nice, very elegant. I love that. And it gives more range to the tail hitting stuff. It really moves it over more compared to the normal Stegosaur figures. That is fantastic. I love that. And you can like pose it. It doesn't stay in place, but like if you put something against it, like you can pose it in an attack position. It's very natural curve to the body, which is super cool. The head has a little bit of posability too. It can go up, can go down a bit. I think it's stopped by something. Yeah, I think they added some like bumps on the bottom of the neck here that previous figures don't have, constraining the head from going down too far. It also seems like the neck is a lot thicker than previous figures. Yeah, it's wider. Oh yeah, the head is a lot bigger. Holy cow. Okay, take a look at that. It's a lot wider. It's completely a new mold. They made the top of the head wider as well. Not only is the mouth open, just the head's slightly larger in general. And the cheeks are more fleshed out, they're fatter. It seems like they've made it less shrink-wrapped in a way, which is really nice. That is phenomenal that they actually added a new head mold to this figure. And again, I'm loving this action feature where the body wiggles back and forth with the tail attack. Woo. So now let's test out that capture gear and see how nicely it fits. We can also test if it fits on other figures as well. So it goes together like this. Okay, that fits pretty nicely. It kind of wants to pop off. Okay, well, pretty nicely as in it fits close enough. Okay, so let's slap it on the tail here. I think I'm putting it on right. Is it upside down maybe? Might be. Yeah, this has to be right. Okay, I think we got it. Maybe not. Okay, let's check the back of the packaging. Oh, yeah, no, it is upside down. This actually goes over like this. Oh, this makes a lot more sense. Okay. I'm dumb. Okay, so this goes on top, over top of the spikes. That makes way more sense. Okay. So there we have it on. It kind of covers on top of the spikes. It's restricting the tail movement. And then there we go. Breaks free. That's also a nice capture gear gimmick. Really cool that they could suit it to do two different types of dinosaur figure action features, like the swinging of the tail and the chomping of the head. It's really cool that they had the kind of fluidity to do whatever they wanted with the capture gear, and they actually decided to do a herbivore and carnivore and give it a nice mix of different capture gear for different parts of the body. So that was really nice that Mattel could do that. So let's test and see if this fits on the tails of other figures. Hopefully it does, because that would be super sick for photography. Oop, maybe not. Seems like the tails might be slightly different. No, it can kind of go. There we go. Close enough. It sort of fits on past figures, which is pretty neat. Let's see if we can break out of that. There we go. Just gotta wiggle it manually. So, the Stegosaurus in particular fits very well with other past figures in the lineup, like the Proceratosaurus. They look beautiful together. Like, photography with these two, perfect. Absolutely perfect. And it's compared to the original Stego. Ooh, it's a lot more green. This one's more of a bluey green, and then this one's a greeny green. I don't know if they fit well together or not. I'm gonna have to see in different lighting, but I like that the older version has paint on the plates. This one doesn't, but somehow it really pulls it off not having any paint on the plates, so that's really neat. Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review very much. I'm absolutely thrilled to have these figures in my collection now, and really happy. Oh, shoot, and before I go, I don't know how many people are still watching, but there's a scan code for the Stegosaurus. Everyone who's probably clicked off already, even though you're not watching this, but I'll include the scan codes in a scan code video coming up soon. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, it would mean so much to me if you guys could subscribe or check out my other content. Anything is appreciated. So thank you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video then. Bye-bye.